How to quit taking things personally. So when you take things personally, it makes you look weak. It makes you look like you don't have a backbone. It makes people not want to be around you. It makes people feel that they can't be honest with you, upfront with you. They can't trust you. They can't depend on you to keep your head on straight, because when important things come up that need to be talked about, you take it too personally. And when you take it too personally, your emotions come up. Your emotions come up and they completely cloud your judgment. And instead of focusing on what they have to say, your emotions are in the way, and all you're worried about is how you feel. And you're not trying to hear the other person out. And it makes the other person feel disrespected. And it makes them question their relationship, their friendship, or whatever it is. It makes them question that with you, whether or not you're somebody valuable in their life that they like being around. And in life, to get what you want, you need relationships with people. You need good relationships to form bridges and to get to where you're trying to go. And if you're creating negativity and making people feel negative around you because you take things personally, it's just not going to work. So here's how to quit taking things personally. Number one, stop being emotionally reactive. So when somebody has any kind of criticism or correction, or they have something to say that can help improve you, what happens is, instead of keeping a rational and logical mindset, your emotions get out of control. You get flooded with emotions, and instead of keeping your emotions in check and calming down, you react to your emotions. And you allow those emotions to dictate what you do or say next. And you completely ruin the entire message. The person was trying to help you. They were doing it out of love and kindness and friendship, whatever it is. But you allowed your emotions to be more important than what that other person was trying to say. And that kind of makes you a selfish person, kind of makes you self-centered, makes you focused. It makes other people feel that the way your blind rage emotions are more important than having relationships with other people. Makes them feel that way. So you have to stop being emotionally reactive, because it's okay to feel emotions. It's okay for emotions to come up. But what intelligent people do, people who are well developed, they understand that the emotions are there. So they're like, emotions come up and they're like, oh, there they are. And they understand, if I react to these emotions right now, it's going to make me look dumb. It's going to make me look weak. It's going to hurt my relationship with this person. It's going to make me look unstable. It's going to make me look like I don't know what I'm saying or doing. And even if you do have the right opinion on something, if you communicate that opinion emotionally, it takes away credit from you. It doesn't make it. It's hard for people to respect your opinion and feelings when you can't communicate those things clearly and calmly. You just look like an out of control person. And that's not good for business. It's not good for your life. It's not good for communicating with anybody. Number two, stop making it about yourself. So when you take things personally, you're making it about yourself. Instead of this person saying, hey, if you were to change this or that, it would improve your life dramatically and your future would be like this and so on. I know it's an oversimplified version of it, but what you do is you say, oh, well, you're saying something negative about me, and it's kind of narcissistic in a way. It's kind of narcissistic that when you're getting feedback that could help you, instead of being intelligent and just listening and letting the person finish what they have to say, you make everything about yourself. You don't put yourself in that person's shoes to see why they're saying that. What is it they're observing from their end? How is your behavior or mindset or whatever, or your situation affecting other people? You don't think about that. The minute they say something, it's me, 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 me. Why are you saying this about me? I can't believe you would say this about me. You're so self-absorbed and you're blind that you can't just turn your brain off for 10 seconds and just try to think on a higher level. It's all about yourself and you freak out. And that's not good for business either, because that makes it hard for people to communicate with you and have a relationship with you. Whenever they need to talk about something they feel is important, you turn it around and you make it about yourself. You make yourself the victim, and it goes south really fast. Number three, lose the scarcity mindset. So the reason you take things personally is because you have a scarcity mindset. And the scarcity mindset is I have to be perfect. I need everybody to see me as perfect. I can't have anybody having a negative opinion of me because you're so desperate to hold on. You're so desperate to hold on to any kind of, I don't know, respect or positivity that you think you're getting from people that if you get any kind of feedback, you feel like everything you're doing is ruined. The abundance mindset, when it comes to taking things personally, the abundance mindset's the opposite of scarcity, by the way, which I'm sure you know. But when you have the abundance mindset and somebody has some feedback for you or something, instead of taking it personally, you just sit there and listen and you're like, oh, okay, I'll correct those things. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. It'll be fine. I'll move forward. I may have wasted a couple of days in my life behaving this way and ruined a couple of relationships or hurt a couple of relationships, but I'm going to work on it and move forward and everything will be fine. That's the abundance mindset. Scarcity, scarcity is you are just clawing to hang on to everything you can. You're so afraid of looking bad. You're so afraid of looking imperfect that you just can't stand the thought that you're not perfect. I know this may not be coming out exactly as clear as I want it to, but people with scarcity mindsets just freak out over everything. Everything's an emergency. Red lights are flashing. They are experiencing the feeling of loss rather than the feeling of gain. So when you get upset and you start taking things personally, it's because you're experiencing the feelings of loss, rather than I can gain something from this experience. Number 4, don't see yourself as the victim. Another thing about taking things personally is the minute people start saying anything, you see yourself as a victim. I'm being victimized here. This is happening to me. You don't think this is happening for me. This is going to be good for me. I didn't realize I was doing this. I didn't realize I look like that or I made people feel like that. All you think about is, well, I'm a victim. I'm experiencing loss. My emotions are telling me I'm a victim. Nobody cares about me. Poor me. I'm so depressed. I might as well kill myself. And just insane things that people say and do when they take on that victim mindset. I'm not perfect. Nobody likes me. Nobody loves me. I'm a victim. You can't think like that. You have to think that I am not a victim. This is just a situation where somebody's trying to help me and I'm not going to take it personally. I'm going to hear them out and see what they have to say, which is number 5, let them finish talking. A really bad habit when people take things personally is they interrupt you so that they can defend themselves. The person hasn't even fully got to their point, right? Sometimes when somebody has feedback or criticism, they have to first state the problem. Then they have to state the way it makes them feel, maybe examples of situations of things that have happened that made them feel that way, or it got these certain results, or it affected this, affected that, affected this person. And then they come up with possible solutions on what can be done moving forward. But before you let them get to that point, you interrupt them with your victim mindset, with your emotions, with your scarcity mindset. You start making it about yourself and you don't let them finish. And because you don't let them finish, you don't get all the information you're supposed to get, and you don't have the information to put in your brain so you can improve moving forward. So instead of taking things personally, no matter how you're feeling, no matter how much emotions are coming up for you, no matter how pissed off you are, or how stupid you feel, or how mean you think the other person's being, let them finish, because there may be some gold at the end of that rainbow. And you're never going to see it if you don't let them finish trying to say what they're saying. It's a very bad habit to cut people off just because you're upset. Oh, I don't need to hear anymore. I don't need to hear anymore. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is, Bob. You can't be like that. Number 6, put yourself in their shoes. So as they're saying what they're saying, try to think about why they're saying it that way. Why are they saying this? How have you been behaving around them? How do you possibly look? How do you possibly sound? How are you possibly making people feel? It's called empathy. Putting yourself in other people's shoes and trying to look at the world through their eyes. or look at the situation through their eyes, or look at yourself through their eyes, and try to figure out, okay, there's a reason that this is happening right now. There's a reason that they're saying this. I need to think about this hard because I don't think this person is just I don't think this person is just bored and they decided to bombard me with this crap. I think this is something that has been bothering them. And if it's something that's been bothering them, I think maybe they've been thinking about it for a little bit and they've been thinking about how to approach me with this. And now they are, and here we are, and we're on this ride together. And I'm going to try to put myself in their shoes and see if they're right, to see if there's something, they're actually getting to see if there's improvements I can make, to see if my internal calibration's off, and if there's improvements I can make. Number 7, identify their intentions. So usually when people have feedback for you or criticism or they're trying to help you, 99% of the time, they don't have bad intentions. They're not trying to hurt you in any kind of way. They're doing it from love, friendship, because they care about you, because they think you have potential. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you do better. Their intentions are not to just cut you down or put you down or make you feel like a piece of crap. Their intentions are to try to help you, and you have to think about that. If you're in an environment where you're around a bunch of people who have nothing but bad intentions towards you, number one, you need to get out of that environment. But usually those people aren't trying to help you at all. They're trying to pull something over on you. But when it's clear that somebody's just trying to give you some feedback and they're just trying to help you, when you feel yourself getting upset, when you feel yourself acting like the victim, when you feel yourself about to lose your shit, what you have to do is be like, why is this person doing this? Are they deliberately trying to hurt me, or are they trying to help me? 99% of the time, it's going to be obvious that they have good intentions. And that's as part of putting yourself in their shoes. When you understand they have good intentions, it's going to help you control your emotions, control your scarcity mindset, control your victim mindset, and to help you start thinking in the right frame of mind instead of just blindly reacting and looking like a moron, even more than you probably already are. Number 8, think about if they actually have a point. So after you let them finish talking, before you decide to respond with your opinion, where you're like, you know what, I think Bob, before you respond with your opinion, think about everything they said and try to organize it in your brain and try to reflect upon your actions. Try to reflect backwards and reflect on your behavior over the past and how you've been treating people and how you've been making people feel, and see if they actually do have a point. When you actually calm down, get your emotions out of the picture and quit thinking you're a victim and quit thinking the world's out to get you and quit thinking everybody hates you. Once you quit thinking that way and you just focus on what it is they said and you reflect on it for long enough, you will become clear on whether or not they have a point about what they're saying, right? And that's just a big reason not to overreact when people are trying to talk to you, is because they usually have a point and they're trying to help you understand the point that they're trying to make to you. And number 9, the only opinion that matters is yours. So this doesn't apply to when people are trying to talk to you or communicate with you on something that's important that needs to be corrected or improved. This has to do when, like, you're in traffic and some jackwagon driver cuts you off, or somebody speeds past you and cuts you off, or flips you off through the window, or gives you an ugly look at the store, or whatever it is. Who cares what their opinion is, right? If you're doing what you know you're supposed to be doing, then their opinion doesn't matter. The only opinion that matters is yours. If you walk around living your life by everybody else's opinion of you all the time, you're just going to be so miserable. You're not going to know whether to go left or right or up or down. You're not going to know what to do. As they say, you're going to be like a feather blowing in the wind. no direction. You're just at the mercy of whichever way the wind blows you that day, and the wind being people's opinions and judgments about you. So, in order to move in the direction that you need to move in, that you know is right for you, you have to, I was going to say blow yourself, but that wouldn't sound good. You, you have to move in the direction of your internal compass. Move in the direction that you know you're supposed to be moving in. And everybody who moves in the direction they know they're supposed to be moving in, they do it. The only way they're able to do it is they have to give up caring about what other people think. They know that their opinion is correct for the most part, and they trust their opinion. They trust their gut, and they move in that direction, and they don't allow the opinions and judgments of other people to affect them. So let's review how to quit. 9 ways to quit taking things personally. Number 1, stop being emotionally reactive. When you feel emotions, instead of just reacting to them like an unintelligent person, take a second between stimulus and reaction to think about how your reaction's going to make people perceive you, how it's going to affect other people, how it's going to affect the situation. Number 2, stop making it about yourself. Usually when people are trying to talk to you or you're getting feedback on something, when you make it about yourself, you automatically quit listening to the other person and you cut them off and you're disrespectful to them. And it's no longer about trying to listen to them and make it a fruitful conversation. You're just focused on yourself now. Number 3, lose the scarcity mindset. Instead of thinking you're losing something, instead of feeling like you're experiencing loss and you're losing something, when people are having important conversations with you, think about what could be gained from this. What valuable information are they presenting to you that you can use to improve your life? Number 4, don't see yourself as a victim. Instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? Life is so hard. People are so hard. I hate this. I can't stand this. This is unfair to me. This is not cool. Instead of thinking that way, focus on what the person's saying and think about whether or not it's going to be valuable to your life, whether or not they have a point. And if they're doing this because they genuinely care about you and they want to be your friend or they love you, it's your spouse, whatever. Number 5, let them finish talking. Don't cut people off with your opinion. Let people finish their entire message, because when you cut people off, there's important information you're going to miss. Number 6, put yourself in their shoes. Think about why the person's saying it. Look at you through their eyes. Look at your life through their eyes. Look at the situation through their eyes. Put yourself in their shoes and see the way they're thinking and feeling, and see if there's something you're doing to cause that, and just try to understand them as a person and why any of this is happening in the first place. Number 7, identify their intentions. Think about whether or not they're trying to hurt you or they're trying to help you. Number 8, think about if they actually have a point. You don't know whether or not they're going to have a point unless you actually let them finish. So instead of reacting, taking it personally, thinking you're a victim, thinking the world's out to get you, let them finish and see if they have a point. And you also have to put yourself in their shoes and think about it the way they're explaining it to you. The only way you can do that is put yourself in their shoes to see if they actually have a point. And number 9, the only opinion that matters is yours. So when things happen that are random, just from people you don't know or you don't care about, you're going to get a lot of opinions and judgments about yourself in your life, and you just can't walk around taking everything personally. You have to know what battles are worth fighting, and you have to know what's important to give a shit about and what's not. Most of the time, when you experience something highly negative from somebody you don't know or you barely know, it's just because that person's a jackass, right? Or you're in traffic, people cut you off, they speed past you. give you the finger, tell you to hurry up, whatever it is, you can't take it personally. You have to think whether I was here, whether I was right here or I wasn't, this thing would have happened anyways. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. All that matters is your opinion, what direction you're going in life, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and if you're on the right track, and if you are happy with yourself, with the progress you're making. That's all that matters in the end, is your own opinion. So I hope these 9 things help you on how to quit taking things personally. These have definitely helped me. I used to be a big wuss growing up, and a lot of years in my 20s, I was a really big wuss, and I took a lot of things personally, and it took a lot of time for me to figure all this stuff out. And once I quit taking things personally, my life improved. The way I felt about myself improved, my confidence, my self-esteem, everything improved for me. And if you can work on these 9 things, it will for you too.